Hello everyone, welcome back to this week's video. You'll notice that the background is slightly different, so that's something new for everyone. Happy new background everyone. I am in Ireland for a few weeks, so this is what you're getting. So hope you like it too. This week I'm going to be talking about women competing with each other. I want to talk about it because I think it's literally everywhere. I think everyone does it. I think it's a really big issue, and I think it starts from really early on, which is like why I think it's a really big issue, because it's like it's kind of really hard to like unteach it and like not to do that because it starts from so early, so you're so used to doing it. It's like a huge thing that we need to actually tackle for us to get places. I think it's like the key to unlocking our potential. I just think if we don't compete with each other, and if we're like celebrating each other, we're like raising each other up, and it's like marvelous and wonderful. So in the video I'm going to talk about just a few kind of different things, times that I've like felt like I've competed with women, or like different things. And yeah, I just think that we should not do that. I think we're all amazing and there's room for all of us to be amazing. But yeah, one of the kind of first things why I think that we kind of are this way, one thing, I think it's because first of all we're taught that we can't really be like emotional, or we can't really be straightforward about the things that we're feeling. So we're told to, like, be quiet now and, settle down, like, don't make a big deal out of things, don't make it an issue out of things. And so then if you have an issue with someone, you're not saying anything to them, and then it gives us this reputation that, oh, we know women are bitches, and that we, bitch about each other behind each other's backs. But it's like we're just taught not to really be upfront about things, and I think that contributes then to this kind of this secrecy, or this, what's she doing, or this kind of general sense of animosity. And I think as well, like, one of the big things is sports. Like, I look at thankfully like more and more women are playing sports, and it's amazing. Growing up, it's not something that's really encouraged, I think, anyway. Like, I mean, I personally never felt like sport was like that outrageously a thing, like, whether it was encouraged to me or not. I never really felt like it was something I should get involved in. But I just love how, like, it really teaches people, and I see boys playing it, and it really teaches them to like compete, like by all means compete, and be like, yeah, we're gonna win this match, and have kind of a healthy competition. But then what I love at like the end of like matches or something, it's like one of my favourite parts, not that I watch matches like ever, but when I do, I love that like they, like, all the lads like will like shake hands. Like 10 minutes ago they'll have been like raging at each other and like trying to get the ball and do all these things, and then at the end of the match they're all like shaking hands, and it's just over, It's like, okay, yeah, we were competing now for this, but like someone has won and someone has lost, and that's fine, and we shake hands, and we're fair, and we're up front, and it's amazing, and I love that. And I think that's like one of the kind of things that maybe contributes to it, is that like less girls and less women play sports growing up, and so we're not really taught how to do healthy competition and what that really looks like. I think that kind of contributes to it. And then obviously everyone is insecure, and everyone is just like, oh my god, like, wow, like not feeling good enough. But I think really like girls feel that way, obviously not going to go into a whole thing, but looking at magazines and looking at TV shows and feeling like we should be amazing, and then we can't help but then look at other people and think that, like, oh god, we're inferior, or we're less than. And I think these things all contribute to us competing. And so I wanted to kind of talk about maybe like one or two stories. So I remember it was like a few years ago, and I was in a restaurant, and we were sitting at the window table, and one of my lecturers at the time like walked past the window, and she's amazing, she's an icon, and I like pointed her out to who I was with. I was like, oh, there's so and so. And I was like, oh yeah, she's amazing, she's brilliant, she's like so smart and so like iconic. And one of the people that was at the table was like, oh, but Lauren, you are too. And I was like, yeah, but no, that's not, what? I just was like, what? I didn't even know what to say, because it's like, one, that wasn't, like, by me saying that she was amazing, I wasn't saying that I wasn't amazing, And then it's like, when that person said that to me, I couldn't really reply being like, I know. Like, I couldn't be like, I know I'm amazing. I was pointing out, like, you can't say that. So I was just kind of speechless because I was just like, okay, no, thank you for saying I'm amazing, but like, this is not about me, I was just saying that she's amazing. Like, what, like, it's just, my point is like, why was it automatically assumed that, you know, by me celebrating this woman and her achievements and her amazingness, that I automatically felt bad about myself? You know, I just kind of hated that insinuation that those two things can't exist, you know, that I can't celebrate another woman and look at her and think she's amazing while also thinking that I'm amazing, because I am. Yeah, we're gonna move on there now from that one. You know. And like, obviously, like, we all compare, we do, like, in that instance I wasn't comparing because I was like, she's a lecturer and I'm just like, no, not even on her level, so I'm not even gonna go there with competing with her, you know. But like, obviously we all do. Like, I look at people and I'm like, oh, they're so amazing, they're so pretty, they're so smart, they're so like confident and so successful, and obviously I'm gonna feel bad about myself then, even though that shouldn't be obvious, but I mean, I do, you know. And like, that's, I think that's fine. It's fine to be insecure, and it's fine to think that someone is better than you, because like, I think accepting that there'll always be people who are better than you is kind of helpful, actually, because you're kind of like, okay, I'll just be myself here now, you know. But I think like, it is okay to compete, but I don't think it's not okay to like take that out on someone, you know what I mean? It's not okay to punish someone just because you're maybe feeling a bit insecure, or like you think they're better. Like why, like, you know, like, I think, why would you compete in an unhealthy way because of that? Or even one thing that I think is really funny is like, when people like, say if you're going out with a guy and you break up, and then, you know, after a while he starts seeing someone else, and everyone's like, oh, you have to hate her, you know. It's like, what? No, I don't. What? Like, it's like, oh yeah, oh, she's a bitch, and it's like, she did absolutely nothing, actually, you know. Like, what? Or like, she's ugly, and it's like, that's just an embarrassing and untrue statement, to be honest, you know. Like, and obviously, like, totally depends on the circumstances and like whatever happened between you, but it's like, if you've just like broken up with a guy and it's totally chill, and after a while he starts seeing someone else, like, why can't we just be like, oh hi, you know, to the new girlfriend? Like, why is it made be a thing, you know? Like, why are we constantly fighting over boys, and why is there always this like drama following us around? It doesn't have to, you know. It is possible to be totally fine with, you know, your ex's new girlfriend or whatever. And then I feel like sometimes you're kind of trying so hard to show that you're friendly, but you actually just end up coming across like you're like completely forcing it, and it's like tragic. But you know, I just think that's like kind of like another thing, and I just like wanted to like put that in this video. Then, you know, like another thing that this video probably will all seem so random, I'm just kind of throwing in random points, but one thing I also wanted to talk about is like girls or women that are like, oh, you know, like, I'm just like not really friends with like other girls, or like, you know, like, I'm just like one of the lads. Like, where are all your girlfriends at? Like, you know, I'm just kind of like, I'm just like so dubious whenever I hear that, because, and like mostly it's like followed up with, well, you know, like, women are just bitches, so I'm just like not friends with them. Like, I just like don't get that at all. And like, to be honest, like, if I'm like, I think it's really important to have, you know, all different kinds of friends of all genders, like, no worries, no issue. But like, if I was looking around and I had no female friends, I would just kind of, like, I'd be looking at myself. Like, I wouldn't be calling all women bitches, I'd be looking at myself and realizing, why are there no other women around me? Like, what's going on here, you know? And as well, I just think it's really actually important for like guys not to hear that. Like, you know, like, if there's a girl, you know, or, you know, a woman saying, oh, you know, women are just bitches, so I don't really like to hang out with them. Because that is a narrative that is said about women, that, you know, we're all bitches and we all can't be friends. And I think when guys hear that, then they're like, and if they hear it from a woman, they're like, oh yeah, okay, well, you're a woman, so you have authority to speak on this. And okay, you're saying all women are bitches, then yes, all women are bitches and women can't get on. And that's just like so not true. Like, anyone who thinks that it's like insane. And I think like it's also really important for that not to become a thing, or like for women not to fight amongst each other, because if we're constantly fighting amongst each other, then we don't have time to be realizing that we're actually screwed over in so many ways and fight against the people who are screwing us over, because we're so busy fighting amongst each other. And that's just like not what anyone needs, or what needs to be happening in the world. And so I think, yeah, it's just like, I think it's super important for everyone to see that it is so possible for women to get along. And like, I just that narrative I just never really got. Like, I just like my gals, like my women have always like been my life, and I'm just like who else are you meant to talk about periods with? You know what I mean? I'm just like, who else is gonna get it? Like, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to put in there, because I'm just like, why is everyone fighting? Like, why can't we all just bake a cake made out of rainbows and smiles and everyone will be happy? Just asking for a friend. I don't know. So yeah, that's just kind of my 2 cents on that. To wrap up, I just think women should raise each other up, because when you raise another woman up, you're actually raising women everywhere up. Because like, say if your best friend gets like a really cool opportunity or like a really cool job, or like is becoming really successful, like she's gonna be breaking boundaries. She's gonna be doing things and proving that women are amazing and, you know, really accomplished. So like, she's actually helping women everywhere. That in turn helps you. Like, if a woman gets like a promotion or gets something, you know, like, or gets married, or, you know, something like really good happens to her, like, that's not any reflection of your self-worth, first of all. And I don't think it's bad for you. I don't think it takes away any opportunities for you. I think it's actually just a really good thing. It's making space for women everywhere, and I think that should be celebrated. There's actually a really good graphic that I might insert somewhere around here, that, you know, like when you're like raising someone up, and then you're up, and then they're raising you up, and then we're all raising, and we're all just climbing up to the top of happiness mountain. And it's wonderful. And so yeah, I just, like, women shouldn't be competing with each other. Like, we all have so much to offer, and I think we should just be, and thankfully this is being said like more and more and more, and it's amazing. And I know it's hard. I know I actively try and work on this. I actively, like, if ever, you know, not if ever, whenever I feel insecure and I feel like being like, oh god, they're so amazing, I'm not, I just tell myself, Lauren, they're doing something different, I'm me. You know, I think it's a lot of it is down to do with your own security, and I'm like, okay, no, Lauren, you're amazing, you're good, like, you have so much going on for you, you know, and you, like, you don't need to be competing with this person. And then I just celebrate them, even if I have the initial feeling of being like, oh god, I want to tear them down. No, you can change your thoughts, you can change your behavior, and I'm like, no, you're amazing, like, well done you, how can I help you get even further? I just think it's brilliant, and I think we should all help each other up, because to be honest, we're all phenomenal, and I think everyone needs to start realising that, to be honest. Like, that's just how I feel. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk this week. I hope you all have a great week. Reminder to like and share if you like the video, and comment if you have any opinions on this. I would love to hear them. So bye bye for another week.